crack it open. Do it.
Cheers, man. What have you been up to? What have you been working on, dude?
Are we live?
We're live.
Okay. Man, I've been working on all kinds of stuff. Doing some stuff for El Nino right now. Still wrapping up some Static X material. Just did a new song with As I Lay Dying, and it's all been in like the same time frame. So I've been stressed,
It's been at the same time.
basically. High blood pressure, bro.
How do you manage that?
I don't.
Oh,
I fail epically. That's true. No, I
well, it's like when you get an
Best I
email, you
can.
just kind of like, okay, I got to do that next, and then you get that done. Then they're kind of at bay.
Mhm.
Then another email comes in, say from like El Nino, hey, we need this and this.
Yeah, that was actually a referral, which is cool. I didn't really know those guys. I know of them, which I thought was really cool because I used to play Halo like religiously, like big
That's
Halo
when you
player.
discovered them?
Yeah.
I discovered them at Ozfest
Mm.
2002, bro.
That was 2 years before I went.
Really?
I went 2005.
Dude, it was the sickest thing ever. It was so good. Like that's when I seen Pulse Ultra. I discovered Pulse Ultra. I discovered El Nino. I discovered Glassjaw,
Mm.
and it was just like so sick, man.
Glassjaw's that band, bro.
I love Glassjaw.
I heard Ollie Sykes talking about Glassjaw the other day, and I was like, bro, like I just want to sit down with Ollie at some point and just be like, let's go through your music catalog.
Yeah.
What do you like?
Yeah.
Because this dude's always wearing like Cradle of Filth shirts. He's wearing like Dima Borgir shirts.
Right.
And I'm like, dude, the diversity is vast.
Well, I would want to do that with Jordan Fish as well, because like the stuff
Same.
that he writes, because I just realized that he did House of Protections album,
Mhm.
and I was like, no wonder it's so sick. It's so good. Like I went in just for fun because all textures came out, and we can talk about that. But I was going through like produced by Jordan Fish, and I was like, oh, I didn't know he did that. I didn't know he did that. There's some like pop artists in there.
Really?
And I was like, whoa. And then House of Protection album that I've been like digging, dude. He did it, and I was like, of course. You can hear all the electronic elements, you know.
I
It's
didn't
sick.
know of them until they did like a collab with Architects. I was like, okay, this is cool.
Yeah.
And it was like a punk collab. It had like
I don't think I've heard it then.
well, I mean, it wasn't like a punk rock. It just felt like really what was the song called? I can't remember. It was like I don't know, somebody will tell us in the comments, but it was definitely more like along the lines of like the faster, like it almost sounded like While She Sleeps or something, but it was the first collab they did with they might have done more.
You know what? I think the first time I seen them was their content.
Ah.
I don't know if it might have been them. They were in like a church looking thing.
Isn't it crazy that that's like a sentence that can come out of your mouth at this day and age?
Content?
The first time that I heard of a band was because of something that they put out, a small short form video that I saw on my phone screen. You know what I mean?
Well, immediately that makes me think of President,
Mhm.
because remember, it was just that like zoomed in thing of their logo, dude. That's it.
Mhm.
And then
And the comments were silly, dude. It was just everybody who's anybody.
there was a lot of views though. And then the
Mhm.
song came out, and then they freaking blew up.
Oh, I mean silly in a good way. I was just as blown away.
I think for me it was like, what is this? Who's in this band?
Mhm.
What's going on? And then it comes out and you're like, oh, no one knows. And then you find out. And you're like,
Yeah.
oh. And then you find out Zach Cervini mixed it, and you're like, oh, okay,
Mhm.
they already mean business.
The intro of To the Father was
Yeah.
so was it called To the Father or In the Name of the
Father?
Yeah.
Yep.
I'm an idiot. Okay, anyway, the intro, the ding ding, like
Very
immediately
catchy.
I'm like, I gotta hear more. I gotta.
Do you try to do those sort of things in your production?
Yes, if people will allow it, and I'm super stoked that they wanted something like that, because most people just want to do like, especially at this day and age, which I'm glad it's kind of on its way out, which is like, let's put like I guess, pieces of the course production in the intro with like maybe a course tagline.
Yeah.
Whereas today just went full blown intro with like no vocals until like verse 1, which I thought was rad.
I tend to overdo that. I realize I do that too much, but I realize that too that I think having some sort of like catchy melody
Mhm.
in the beginning is so like important. And I've been really trying to focus on other people's structures to just be like, what are they doing that's like so different? And like, what was the band that I just heard? I forget who they are, but they went from intro, like a real chill intro, into verse. And then they did this little break and then verse again.
Mhm.
And I was like, oh. Because for me, dude, I'm so like traditional.
Yeah.
I'm like a verse, chorus, or verse, chorus, pre chorus, chorus, outro, or whatever. You know what I mean?
I love where this is going, dude, because I am obsessed with trying to figure out different ways to make like song structure not only captivating but relevant.
Relevant.
You know what I mean?
What do you feel like are relevant structures if you can think off the top of your head?
Man, the most relevant right off the top of my head would be main riff followed by verse 1, pre-chorus, chorus,
Mhm.
back to main riff, like maybe a bar of it and then back to verse 2.
That's the one that I always do, bro. And
Yeah.
I'm trying to like do a little different,
Yeah.
just a little bit. You know, it was inertia, but I don't think they went from break to chorus again. I mean, to verse again. But man, I wish I would remember the band. But I've been obsessed with inertia because their mix, man, Emerald Whisper.
Yeah.
It's so good, bro. The snare just snaps like exactly how I would want it to. And I remember I was showing people on stream during community jams, and someone took a screenshot and then they did a story. And I get a freaking message from the guitarist, and he's like, "Hey, that's me." And I was like, "Bro, your band is sick." And he's like, "I've been watching you for a while." And I'm like,
You never know.
sick, like I can't believe that. But dude, his mix is, I think he's probably the one who mixed it. And, correct me if I'm wrong, but dude, it's so good. The low end.
You never know who's watching. And I know that you and I were both streaming this week with Textures, and Jordan Fish popped in both of our streams, which
Both of our
was
streams.
mind altering and very cool. I want to go back to something really fast. The structure. There's also the structure of starting the song out with the chorus, much like Bring Me the
Yeah.
Horizon did with like Avalanche. A lot of
Yeah.
their songs, like
Yeah.
Sleepwalking and stuff like that. But I don't find myself doing that too much unless it's like a request.
Or if it's catchy enough,
Yeah.
because that's what I've been thinking about recently too. Is like maybe I can only achieve that if the chorus is like real catchy.
Yeah, and there's also there's a right offhand, there's a song that I remember off the. Did you ever listen to Vela Maya?
Yeah, it's been a while.
False Idol, such a good album. But
Yes.
there's like a song on there. I can't remember the name of the song, whatever. But they do the chorus, and I don't know why it's this song that's popping into my head because I've heard this millions of times. But they did the chorus electronically, like the second time around, when in this track, and I can't remember the name of the track. It might be like whatever. It doesn't matter. But anyway, they hit the chorus number 1, and
Right
then
off the rip.
right off the rip,
Okay.
verse, and then they go back to the chorus, and it's like electronic, and then they hit full time. Like it's really cool. I'll revisit this episode in the comments and let you guys know what song it is, but it's super cool.
So you're saying that they treated the chorus, the electronic chorus, as a pre-chorus.
No, they actually hit it like a chorus. He did the vocals at like a lower like tone,
In
so it wasn't like this.
first chorus?
No, the second time around.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it was really cool.
Interesting.
Yeah. I re-listened to that album the other day in Vegas, and really quickly on a small drive. But the production is really good. The mix is really good on that album. The guitar tone sounds like it's straight up coming out of a Sansamp, but it sounds really cool. It does it. They make it work.
Well, I
Snare
feel like
room is huge.
their guitars are typically pretty like I guess hairy. just really hairy
Mm.
tones on Vela Maya stuff. But man, what was I gonna just tell you?
Incredible musicians, by the way.
Very dude.
Outstanding.
I was just using Sam Applebaum's Groove Pack, and I was telling everyone, dude, I have to thank this Groove Pack for the start of my career because I use so much of it, dude. Because it's so good. And then someone asks, what is he up to? And I'm like, I don't know. I don't know what he's doing right now. I don't know if he's like in other bands or he's teching, or because I feel like that's what some bands or like band members will do. Like if they're not doing anything, they'll go and
Mhm.
tech for someone or something.
Yeah, it's a good way to keep the income
Keep the income
consistent.
flowing and keep in that kind of mindset. So when your band does go on tour, you're not like, oh, I was at home at this day job.
Yeah.
I just thinking about that. Like, could you imagine like you go on tour and you come home, and rather than like going back on tour, like say teching, you just go to like your 9 to 5, and then you're like, oh, we got to go on tour again, and then you're kind of like out of practice. Is that a thing?
Yeah, I think so. I mean,
I've never been on tour. I've
I
never
mean,
been on tour.
I spent a good part of my life on tour, and but I've always worked for myself, like doing this, right? So I'm very, very flexible.
Yeah.
Not physically. But yeah, I don't know. I mean, I do know that like to be that damn good at drums, he's also a lefty,
He is, dude.
which is
Shout
wild.
out. Yeah.
So wild to see that.
And he plays like this way.
Yeah,
I do open-handed.
yeah, he's good.
And yeah, he's
His chops are like
yeah.
they're
Well, that's
good.
what it is for me, is like that's why people want me to drum on stream and stuff, and I'm like, bro, I don't drum anymore.
Oh, and your E kit,
Yeah, it's
dude,
like I
you should.
don't play drums anymore though. And so like
Still ripping,
even
be
play
fun.
guitar.
Yeah.
The only time I play guitar is on stream,
Mhm.
and you can ask them when the last time I played guitar on stream, which was like,
I thought it was an every Tuesday thing.
no,
That's what you told me though when you got the Schecter. You're like, it's gonna
dude,
be
it
an
had
every
to
Tuesday.
switch
Ah, okay.
because, well,
Yeah.
brands
Brands.
and
Gotta
content,
gotta
like,
keep the income coming, man.
hey, do you have, can you make a video for this? And I'm like, okay, well, I need a song.
Yeah.
And I don't really write off stream.
Mhm.
And so, unless I have to. And so I'll use it on Tuesday or Thursday,
Yeah.
like this Thursday, I think I'm going to do a guitar stream
You should.
because I couldn't yesterday or no, not Dave, on Saturday, because speed run last Thursday couldn't. And then that Tuesday was the alt texture stuff. So I couldn't.
Yeah.
Because we did the stream. And so it's just like finding the time. And then also like getting everything on my Mac, bro. Like,
Yeah, that's no joke.
it's not fun.
And not everything is on iLok. You know what I
bro.
mean? Like there's so many things that I use, dude, like Plugin Alliance that has its own version of iLok. And then getting a new computer for recording and also what we do, like editing, so like Adobe or you use like DaVinci or
No, I use Adobe Premiere and
That's right.
stuff. Yeah.
So, it's kind of like getting a new iPhone, but like times 2.
Bro.
Is you have to put all of like the plugins back on, and then you have to copy hard drives. Well, in my case, I do because then I need, I have to make sure that the records that I'm working on at that point in time, like the stems and the sessions, aren't getting lost.
Right.
So then I have to make the same directories. It's an actual nightmare.
Dang, I don't do that. I do a collect all. Ableton has a collect all.
Oh, that's so
and
cool.
save. So it just grabs everything and puts it in that folder, and you just take that folder, which is nice.
Yeah, I wish there was like a website that literally, well, I guess there is, ChatGPT or Gronk or something, but if there was just something that could tell me, hey, do this forever, and you're gonna save 20 hours of BSing whenever you get a new.
Well, you know what? Actually, Eric Emery, he on his story, he just got a new Mac and he was showing this application. I think it's called Install Assistant. And all you do is you download all your installers and you grab that folder and you put it into this app, and it just like installs them all. And like it'll prompt you for like, oh, hey, this thing needs this. And like, okay.
Does that work with Windows too?
I don't know. I don't think so, bro.
Dude.
It's literally like, because he just got a new Mac too. And
yeah.
So he did it and I tried it, bro. And
yeah.
And it was just done. And it like asked for like an iLok password like one time. done. Everything else got installed, and it was like, yes,
Yeah, that is
Install
cool.
Assistant, I think it's called.
I'm gonna look into that. Yeah, anything like that helps. You know what I mean? Like knowing those things, and obviously it's part of the game. You, I mean, you know this, but we continue to grow and evolve and get more tools in the belt. And little things like that, believe it or not, is a tool in the belt that can totally help.
Yes. For me, you know what it is, and I think that I'm bringing this up because one, I was bad at it and it has helped me so much, but I'm going to say it because I'm talking to you. Yeah, you. Name your files better.
Mm-hmm.
Name your files better, bro. And the way I do it is I'll do like, and some of it's because of David, but we'll do like version number. So I'll start with 00,
Yeah.
song name, if there's a song name, BPM,
Mm-hmm.
key. It's all in the freaking file name, in the song name. So if you send it to like a singer or whatever, they can't send you another message. Hey, what's BPM?
Mm-hmm.
What's key? It's
I have a
all
question
in there.
for you, since you just said that.
Yeah.
How do you know what key that you're writing in?
How do I know?
Yeah.
That's a good question because for me, a lot of times I'm just going off of like my lowest note on my
Yeah.
guitar. For example, like on my real guitar, it's F or F sharp, I think. So that'll be my key,
I see.
F sharp minor or F sharp Phrygian or whatever,
Bec-
or like the starting note. That's for me.
yeah.
But that's a great question, actually. What do you?
Well, I normally don't know. I
Oh,
mean, I know like the tuning that I play in, like or whatever the tuning is of which I'm writing in, but that always isn't like the actual key of the song because I do know that like for instance, whenever I do vocals for Sanctify Her, like me and my wife are trying to figure out like the key of some like the tracks that I'm writing
yeah.
because with plugins like Evo, like Auto Tune and things like that, like even when I'm mixing other bands, like I'll throw on like a real time tuner, like Waves real time tuner,
Mhm.
and I have to figure out the key of the song. So for instance, like the song could be in like drop G, but the vocalist isn't like whatever's happening. I'm trying to figure out in Auto Tune like what the key is because if I can hit that key, then I know that the vocals of in that real time tuner are going to align with that key. So whatever the vocalist is doing 9 times out of 10 is going to make sense with whatever key that is.
That's interesting that you say that because because I just recently started singing on stream, and every time that I would be like, okay, I'm in D sharp minor or D minor, I'll put my tuner in D minor, and it's pretty good.
And it works, yeah.
And so I'm wondering if yours G sharp, just put a G sharp minor.
Yeah, I've done that so many times
You have a
throughout.
scale assistant, yeah, on Cubase?
Uh, maybe I don't
You
even.
probably do.
I'm sure I
I
do.
know you do on the MIDI side. And that's another thing that helps me because Ableton has a scale assistant, and you can just like, for the MIDI, for example, it'll just like condense it all. So you
Yeah.
only have that scale.
So your
And
keys got to lie within there, whatever those parameters are.
yeah,
Yeah.
but I'm talking MIDI, not vocals.
Yeah.
And so that could also tie into when you
Yeah.
need to know your key.
Yeah, I mean, I've ran into that issue for years where like it's just trial and error, like figuring it out. And
Oh,
usually like, throwing it on like chromatic will normally help if I feel like if it's in like a non-sharp tuning
and if the singer's good.
and if the singer's good. But yeah, finding the key for me is like really difficult because usually because it's just because it's in a certain tuning doesn't mean the vocalist is staying within those parameters. I don't know. It's never really worked out that way. So it's all been a trial and error process for
That's
me.
interesting, dude. I've
Yeah.
never had that issue, but I am still new to the like singing game. But even with like my singer, sometimes I will find him like as he's because we use autotune when we're writing
Mhm.
because it's just the best way, and you
Oh,
don't
it
have to
is.
worry about like you don't really have to worry about the notes that you're hitting, more so the performance. And I would rather have better performance,
Oh, totally.
you know. And so I do remember us having to kind of like, no, it's not that one, not that
Yeah.
one, not that one. And he already sang it, which is good, so we can like, oh yeah, that okay, that one worked in there. But there was also like shout out David in our chat. D415 1D, I think it is. Shout out. Um, another Denver local. We were trying to figure out inside of Wavestune because you can't do Phrygian dominant in Wavestune real time. And apparently, like, you can do like the perfect fourth of a key in this sort of thing. Mixolydian will get you to Phrygian. I don't know theory.
Yeah, I mean,
but he brought it up in Chat GPT and it gave it to him right away. So I wonder if, like, maybe whatever key you're in, you can use Chat GPT to kind of like, we're in this key. What other relative keys are in there?
Yeah, I think at some point, and we're probably going to see this soon, and this literally just popped into my head right as you said that. There's, talking about like a scale assistant. There's probably going to start being an AI assistant in every DAW moving forward for things like this, right? Like,
yeah, well, AutoTune has auto key. They do have auto key.
Yeah.
So it'll tell you the key of the song. You might already have it. You just never used it. Did you have AutoTune?
Yeah.
They have an auto key,
but I have like a really old version.
Oh, I was gonna say because they have an auto key plugin that you put on. I don't know. I think it's probably on the master, and you hit auto key, and it'll give you the key of the song.
Well, boom. We just went down that rabbit hole for literally no reason.
But going into the AI thing, I feel like, I don't know this for sure, but I feel like Ozone is kind of in that realm.
Yeah.
They got the AI tools and like it's actually helping.
I should have known that. Like, I should have known that like there was something out there that could do that, because there is. I mean, even like when I don't know like a tempo of a track, like I'm sure there's some sort of tempo assistant in Cubase, but I always go to like taptempo.com and I just like hit the space bar.
Yeah.
Like the caveman way.
Well, I think Studio One has an auto key, or they can like detect a key. I don't know if Ableton does. I've never really had to use it. I think Cubase does, but you have an old version.
I do.
Why don't you update?
I was literally just about to say, somebody came into my stream like 2 days ago and they're like, why are you using Cubase? I think I'm using 14. Look,
I feel like you told me 12, bro.
Oh, dude, maybe I
think
am on
you told me 12.
Okay, I'm on the iPhone 14. Oops. I know I'm outdated in a couple places. Yeah, maybe I am on 12, actually. I do believe I am, now that you said that. I mean, nothing that I've really seen has really caught my attention as far as like, why do I need to upgrade? I mean,
the way you work, I see, but there is some new things, even in 14, bro, that I think that just, I don't know, you write really, I don't want you, and I don't think you will get offended by me saying this.
I mean, you already called me the coolest boomer that you know, so.
Touche.
Which is very true.
that did happen. That was for a different reason though, but I think you remind me of my singer because the way that you guys write, and again, probably for lack of a better term, is very disregard very.
Okay.
Is kind of primitive.
Yeah.
Right? Like you still kind of do things the older way.
Yeah.
And like these new features you probably won't take advantage of because you're so like used to a specific flow. Right? Like, for example, you're always using G and H or whatever to like zoom in and out or whatever, and like these specific things you do, right?
Yeah.
As opposed to me, like I have different ways of doing it, like a different shortcut or something of how I zoom out. But it's funny I say that because I started doing G and H for zooming in and out in Cubase.
Yeah.
It's so nice.
I even have it set up G and H on my Adobe Premiere.
Did you know? Oh, that's funny. I think I have a few things like that on my Premiere that are like Ableton shortcuts.
Yeah.
But what was I gonna say? There was a in Cubase I learned that if you do like I think it's like either Alt or Control on Windows, and you click into a spot, it'll play from there, and you don't have to click. Sometimes you have to click at the top to move your playhead. I think if you hold a Control or Alt and you click in the grid, it'll move too.
It'll just play there, yeah.
Yeah, which is like game changer. Because Ableton, you just click in there and it does it. You just click inside there. You don't have to go to the top to do it.
Yeah, I think it's not as much of like I mean, for instance, it's probably the same reason why I use pretty much the same mixing tools that I have for a long time. I mean, obviously they keep becoming updated to a degree, but like, I mean, and not necessarily just the UI. I feel like Waves puts out like updates from time to time, but I mean, I'm primarily using the same stuff that I've used for, I don't know, like 10 years. I mean, I still use Waves Mercury Bundle. I still use the Slate virtual mix rack. That continues to evolve, obviously, but
I saw C4 and I was like, dang, he still uses C4.
Oh, dude, best multi-band in the game,
It
bro.
really is, dude.
That
I gotta get it.
the Andy Sneap trick, bro, on bass, I do it. But that's I mean, C4 is just I know it and it's easy. I mean, sometimes I'll use the Fab Filter multi-band, but I mean, as you know, like as Fab Filter Pro Q continues to upgrade, there's almost not even necessarily a need 100% for a separate multi-band unless you're trying to do some sort of like just quick trick that you
Mm.
know, and that's kind of like why I use C4. Because I feel like all the multi-band stuff I can really achieve with like FabFilter Pro Q4. But
Yeah.
there's another one. I mean, I've used FabFilter Pro Q for
I think that
10 years.
I need to get C4.
Yeah.
I definitely need to get it.
You don't have the Waves Mercury bundle?
I just buy in pieces whatever
Uh,
ones I need, you
I
know,
see.
that I've just like used forever. Another one that I really want to start using again is the SSL channel strip,
Mm-hmm.
just so I can understand it more.
I use that a lot too.
I don't have one. I have the Panda one that I got. Do you remember when Guitar Center put like some plug-in bundle on like an extreme? It was like the everything bundle from UA or something, and they put it out for like $99 or something.
No.
And it was kind of a while ago, but it was like this big, huge mistake. Like one person got it and got like everything that UA ever had for like $100 or $1 or something
What?
crazy. Yeah. I have to look it up. Maybe I
That's like a
can put it on the screen.
$5,000 bundle or something.
Yeah, someone screwed up
Yeah.
at Guitar Center. Anyways, so everyone went to go try and buy it because it was like this big deal and it went away. There was this company, and I think it was something Panda. I'll put it up on the screen. But they were like, screw it. We're going to give you a discount code and so you can get all of our stuff for $1.
That was smart marketing, yeah.
And they did it, dude. And everyone, well, who saw that post got it. And
Yeah.
I got it too. I just have to freaking put it on my computer. That's actually. But it had a lot of good stuff.
Yeah,
It had
yeah.
a channel strip, like an SSL type. It had like LA2A, LA76, like.
Yeah, the SSL channel strip is good. The solid state logic. I use that on, I mean, Tom's all over the place, man. It's a really good channel strip. They also have the I was doing a one-on-one other day where someone didn't have the one of the VBCs. I can't remember. One of the Steven Slate. It might be the gray. Might have been like the gray compressor.
FG Gray.
The FG gray, and I use that pretty much on everything, but
okay.
primarily mixing. But it's on my master bus. It's on my mix bus, and I turned it off on my mix bus, and I compared with the SSL bus, the Waves one.
The G.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the compressor, and I pretty much achieved the same sound. In fact, arguably could get it even a little louder.
Really?
With the SSL one, and I used to use that one for a very long time, and then I
Same.
switched.
I use it all the time, except until I discovered that the glue compressor in Ableton is modeled after the SSLG compressor.
Mm.
And so that's why I just use that now, because it's like, okay, it's native. It's probably lighter on CPU.
Oh, definitely later on CPU.
That's why I do it.
Yeah.
And so.
Yeah, that's a good one. I like that one. I mean, I don't think anything will ever replace FG Gray for me. There's a couple things that it does, like it's got the high pass.
Does your
knob.
SSL not have a high pass?
Mm-mm. I mean, I might be running an old one.
That is an old one because
Yeah.
the new ones do. However, mine doesn't either. Mine's an old one too.
Mm,
That's why I use the glue compressor,
I see.
because you can do sidechain and you can do that the frequency sidechain too, which is really nice. But that leads me into a question that I just thought of. 5 desert island plugins. You can only have 5 mix plugins. I was thinking about this on my way here.
Yeah.
I can only think of like 1 or 2, but
We can start in order. 5 is actually all I need, probably. We can start with yeah. It's easy Fab Filter Pro Q. Obviously a clipper of some sort.
any specific one?
Probably T-Rex, classic clip. That's
Okay.
the OG.
Yeah.
Definitely Flatline.
1 or 2?
I'm using 1. Yeah, I haven't upgraded to that, and I don't even think you can really. I don't even know if it's out there anymore. The first
Flatline 1?
Yeah, I don't know if it's.
It's on their legacy download page.
Oh, it is okay. So I'm using Flatline 1, and then probably Pro L. What is that, 4? That's 4. And then
C4.
yeah, probably
Really?
C4, yeah. Yeah.
Dang.
Yeah, probably. Or some sort of, either it's a tie between a multi-band or uh FG Gray or like SSL. I mean, I only need like 4 or 5, honestly, if I really needed to condense it down. I mean, I'm pretty much sold that I could get away with mixing like from scratch with maybe those 5 plugins, actually.
Yeah.
Yeah. And if I'm allowed to use some stock Cubase stuff, because like you said, it's easier on the CPU.
It's easier on the CPU.
Yeah.
For me, this might be a ballsy take because I might be called out to try it, which I'd be down. But
Okay.
literally, like the Fab Filter bundle, you know what I mean? Like C2, MB, Pro Q, Saturn. What would be another one? L,
Yeah.
L2.
Yeah.
All of those. I think I could. But if I had to really think about it, it would probably be number 1 Pro Q for sure. Always Pro Q. And then for like limiter Flatline 2, I really love Flatline 2.
Yeah.
Because it has the hybrid mode. And then Clipper. Man, because I really love standard clip,
Mm-hmm.
but Slate just came out with Bus Clipper, and that one's sick. And so maybe I would do, just because I feel like standard clip is lighter on CPU, probably standard clip. And then compressor. What compressor would I use? Bro, I've been going to C2
Yeah.
recently. And so I'd probably do C2. Was that 3?
I think that was 4, right? Is that 4?
Pro Q, C2, Bus Clipper.
And then you went Pro L, right? Or did you do?
No, that was if I
Oh, okay.
just the Fab Filter bundle. Then I
Okay.
could probably get away with doing
Flatline.
everything flatline. So that was 4. Anyways, one more. Probably. I'm trying to.
Neither one of us said one that we should have said. Decapitator.
Decapitator. You know what? I only started using it more on my vocals and on my guitar because I think I seen you do it.
It is the plugin.
Well, when I seen you do it, I was like, I'm gonna try it, you know. And so I've been experimenting before and after the app, and I was like, oh, okay.
It's good on the mix bus too.
I think last plugin would probably be Glue Compressor.
Yeah,
because it's just really good. But I would be cheating if I said Blockchain Ultra because Blockchain Ultra has 80 plugins built in.
yeah.
Shout out Neuro.
Yeah, the those types of plugins are sick. I mean, I just showed you one right before stream. We were talking about it that I just found, and I think you said you saw it too, which was the Waves parallel split
Studioverse.
Studio. Yeah, it's a game changer for me. It's like basically you could run, all of your plugins in multiple channels, and which is cool. So for me, like with guitar, that's what I'm using it for. I haven't used it with anything else, and nothing else even really comes to mind right now what I would use it on. But I was getting a lot of CPU usage by doing like multiple different versions of STL Tone Hub, and I figured out instead of 2 different buses, I'm just gonna make this plugin and put it on one bus and just do all the processing inside this plugin. And so far, it seems to be doing a good job.
It's kind of like, in a way, it's kind of like that Blue Cats plugin that Buster uses.
Yeah.
It felt like it's similar to that, but you're saying that it's free.
Yeah. Well, I mean, for me, it was. I don't know if I had some sort of. I don't know if it was like some sort of, maybe because I have the Waves Mercury. No, I think I went on the Wave Central thing and it was there. They have plugins there that there was another plugin that I thought about getting that was also free. I can't remember, but if you have like the Wave Central thing, you can go in there and just kind of see like what's available for free.
Free
And
stuff.
yeah, dude. Oh, it's like an OBS plugin they have. It's like some sort of where your DAW talks to like OBS. It's like Streamlabs type stuff,
Oh, I don't
which
know.
is smart for them to try to
Yeah.
get into that world, right? Because they're already like, you know,
We need more people to stream making music, by the way.
yeah.
There's not enough people that do it, and, like, whenever I wanna raid someone, there's no one to raid. So, start doing it, thanks. Love you.
But yeah, get yourself some free Waves plugins, man.
Not sponsored.
Yeah. We are we will gladly take a
We're
sponsorship.
looking for
Yeah, yeah.
sponsors,
Hit
you
us up,
know?
Waves.
We genuinely were talking about that before stream. We were like, we gotta try to see if we can get any cool sponsors for, like, drink sponsors or, like, merch sponsors or even
Plugins.
plugins. We wanted to do it today. We wanted to do a plugin preview. However, our setup right now is kind of crazy. And so once we refine that, we'll be able to do like the plugin preview stuff because we wanted to check out alt textures, which we can actually kind of get into because
Yeah.
we can't do a plugin preview. I
We
know
could
that
talk about it.
well, you've been using it. You were using it before it even came out.
I was.
So was I.
Not on stream.
Not me.
Yeah. I wasn't.
Cradle, don't worry, we're good.
Yeah, we're I wasn't exposing you.
Shout out Corey, dude.
Yeah, I was using it, and I mean, I will say I was talking to stream. Like, actually, I did use it on stream, but here's what I did. I didn't show my screen.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't show my screen. I actually had the camera on my face, and everybody was like, and I'm sure it wasn't solid as far as like the engagement for that stream because people are just looking at my mug. Like, but I'm like, hey, I can't show this, but I need to play with this right now, and it was so good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know if I did that. So what I did was I made a demo off stream, and then I was like, I got to finish this.
Mm-hmm.
And so I had to remove the plugin off of everything and just like made different sounds using like Omnisphere or something.
Mm-hmm.
And then after stream, I had to go back to the old session,
Yeah.
bring that stuff back in. And I'm always worried about that, dude, when people send me betas and they're like, don't show anyone.
Yeah, and I understand that for sure. Obviously, it's it's what we do, and they don't want people to see. But at the same time, I mean, I don't know about you. I feel like you probably do because I've seen your stream multiple times, and I feel like that's probably what you're doing. But I don't know for certain because we've never talked about it. But like when I'm on stream, I'm writing normally like for an ad or a company. You're probably doing the same thing, right?
Usually for like a reel or
Right.
is this reel worthy? I'm always saying.
Boom, two birds with one stone type thing, right? Like we're getting the stream out of the way, and then we're also getting the content out of the way too. And what better way to do it than in front of people who want to see that type of stuff? So it is kind of difficult whenever because then you have to set aside the time outside of streaming, which already takes up a lot of time. And yeah, but I mean, dude, I love alt textures. I think it's sick. And I'll tell you what I really want to get more involved with in that plugin is really creating my own arpeggios with it. I haven't got to do that yet. Have you got to experiment with that?
When I did my sponsored stream from them, Corey came in and was kind of talking about it a little bit. But the cool thing about it in there is like you can go into that arpeggio section and start to make like you can change the arpeggios by semitone. So you can press one button or one note and it'll, but it also has a little like on off.
Yeah.
And so I haven't messed with it, but the ones that they already have built in, like I think it's like the motorcycle something, bro. I use it all the time. Every time I'm like, oh, it's sick. I'm gonna use it. And I'm like, wait, I've already used that like 4 times already. But
I'll tell you what would be cool for that. And I mentioned this on stream, and I think it was after Jordan had already dipped off the stream because it was like right as I was getting off. It would be really cool if you could upload your own sounds so we could like potentially sell our presets. You know what I'm saying? Because you could make your own presets. Why not package them and import them?
Yeah. You would have to package those WAV files, and it would have to go into their special directory and nerd stuff. But yes.
But if you look at like
Serum,
Serum, yeah. I was gonna say another.
There were custom wave tables, and their spectrals or whatever. Like but. Have you
Modern and Massive does that.
But have you run into this? You get a preset bundle from like someone, and you
no name dropping.
Yeah, you install sponsor. You install it, and you go to that preset, and it's like, please locate this
Doesn't work.
spectral, and you're just like,
Doesn't work.
well, I'm not using that
Yep.
because I'm gonna forget that this
They
happened
done
because
screwed me.
I'm writing music,
Yep.
you know, and so
Millions of
that's
times that's happened.
it's so annoying, man, and it could be a me problem, right? I
No,
could have
it's
just not
actually
installed.
it's not you a problem at all. It's I'm pretty sure it's a distribution problem
That's the way they
because
package it.
I think so because it'll say like, ooh, X for sound or something can't be located, and then I go to the directory and I'm like, BS, it's right here. I click on it, and then it's like you have to like manually like load them in, which is ridiculous
You have
because
to
then
go to your app data
yeah,
folder
dude,
and
it
your
is
local roaming.
a nightmare. It's a local roaming.
You know what
Right?
I'm
Like,
talking?
yeah, dude. It's like bro, I ain't trying to
I
get
don't
into
want to
this right
know
now.
that anymore.
You know what I mean? Yeah,
Yeah,
like
yeah.
I am not trying to like go down that rabbit hole on stream, and which is ridiculous because then you just start you're talking to the whole stream. And you're like, yeah, I'm gonna do this and that, and it's gonna sound so sick. And I just got this bundle. Check it
I
out.
just got these presets.
And then it's like,
Nope.
think again.
Locate this. It's located.
Roaming data.
I located it, bro, and it's not
Yeah.
there, bro.
Totally.
Yeah, that happened to me when I
I
just
see
got a
that.
preset pack and it didn't work, and so I just installed Serum 2 on my computer. I don't use it that much. Everyone uses it for everything, and
I
I'm
use
like,
it.
for everything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, not necessarily now, considering what I can do with alt textures.
Yeah.
Speaking of which, as we were having this conversation, I just realized that I still have the beta version that they sent me. I don't think I've updated. I need to.
I don't think I did either, but I
But
don't think I said it was an update.
I think, well, Corey made it clear that I had the beta version, so I'm not sure if I can go to the Cradle app and just hit like update. I don't know.
Maybe.
Maybe.
I will
I'm
look into
interested to
that.
see kind of because maybe the features that we're talking about are available. Maybe we can like import presets. I don't know why you wouldn't be able to. And I feel like that's something that they could easily update if they want to, because people like you and I could really share a lot of the stuff that we're creating. And that
Yeah.
would be really cool for people.
Yeah.
It,
Yep.
it'd also be really cool for me because I can get your sounds.
Yes, we can trade sounds, and I mean it would be possible because those are what did someone call it? A rompler?
I don't know.
I want to look up that term now. Someone called it a rompler because
A rompler.
yeah, because it's like a sample based synth.
I don't know, but I am curious what was involved with the coding side of things on how their sequences can play in time anywhere on the grid. Have you noticed that? That was one of the biggest features that I talked about in my video that I was pretty blown away by. I don't even know if you and I have talked about that.
And we haven't, but I found it's okay. A rompler, a
Mhm.
blend of ROM and sampler,
Okay.
is an electronic instrument that plays back pre-recorded audio samples stored in memory rather than recording or synthesize sounds from scratch. So it is a rompler.
So we could export and import
It's-
presets.
I mean, whether or not that's in their architecture and their
Yeah.
coding, but technically, no.
Oh,
But yes, if they allowed us to.
that would be cool.
Because again, they're just sounds. It's
Yeah.
like alchemy on Logic.
Mm.
You ever played with alchemy?
No, I've barely even played with Logic.
Well, it was Camel Audio, I think, or something like that. It used to be called Camel Audio, and Alchemy was a exclusive. Well, they made that plugin, and then I think Apple bought Alchemy or Camel Audio or something, and so Alchemy is the stock synth for Logic, and it's. I first heard it from Misha a long time ago. He was like, "Bro, I use Alchemy for all of my soundscapes," and so I freaking pirated it back in the day, and I got it and it was sick, and then they were like, "Yep, Logic bought it," and so I got Logic.
Interesting. And then you can't play with it outside of Logic.
No,
Yeah.
it's
exclusive to Logic.
yeah, but it's really good. And so if you have Logic and if you haven't played with Alchemy, dude, like it's good.
Yeah.
It's really good. But I think it's also a rompler. I think.
There is, I don't know if we talked about Teletone Audio, but they are a company that almost specialize in the organic synth, like retro stuff. Okay, so pretty much, and hope that this is accurate, but I feel like a lot of the George Lever stuff that I listen to, a lot of the Loathe production on I Let It In, or like early Sleep Token stuff, like I could hear what sounds like to me like the ambient like pads, like it sounds like it's coming from that Teletone Audio company. So I bought one. I think it's called, I don't remember. I don't remember. But anyway, Teletone Audio, shout out. Didn't get it for free, paid for it. But they've got a lot of like retro like synths that really like play the part of like the dreamy, loathy
Ooh.
type stuff. But I've been using a lot of that stuff lately. And that's a Contact one. It's not a standalone.
I was just gonna ask that because I feel like I remember seeing those.
Hmm.
Do you have a lot of Contact instruments?
I do. I like Contact.
Which ones do you find yourself going for a lot of the times?
Guess it depends on the genre, but obviously some of the same ones that you do, like Devastator, Breakout, it's a big one. But going back to alt textures, did you hear some of those like siren-y synths and some of those buzz synths are they're kind of better than Devastator, man.
Bro, the DIY chorus in alt textures, that
Mm-hmm.
DIY chorus knob. If you haven't powered that on yet, power it on and just on every single sound and just see what it does.
Yeah,
Because you would think, oh, it's a chorus sound. No, no, no. It's like a distortion of some sort. That's just insane, dude.
yeah. It almost sounds like it's offsetting something. I mean, to me, I feel like I could get away with a lot of stuff with alt textures now moving forward. That's why I was, again, in my YouTube video, that was all real. Like that energy was all real. I was, really blown away by it, man. So, and for me and you, which we've rarely talked about this, which is like, dude, when you have a plugin that's that good, like, and you know exactly what I'm saying. When you have a post-production plugin that's that good, you want to use the crap out of it, dude.
Yep.
As much as you can.
Yeah, yeah. That's what I started doing when I first got the Arturia stuff. Cause they had, bro, I don't know how I seen it. They had this like it was similar to an everything bundle. Like all of their synths. You can get all of their synths for $100.
That's a deal.
Bought it.
It's a deal.
And it's so sick. But the Jupiter 8000, bro, is one of those that like
Jupiter 8000.
it's bro, I find myself just constantly grabbing it because it's so freaking good. And then kind of like all textures, I'll put Rift on it.
Mhm.
Do you ever mess with Rift?
No.
It's a distortion plugin.
Okay.
But it's like a distortion plugin with like Portal and Shaper Box like built in. It's
Okay.
like all of these things in one, and bro, it's so good. Patrick, shout out Patrick. Every time he's in stream, he's always like, "Put on Rift." Even Strake, these guys on my community, put on Rift, put a Rift on. And so, if you haven't checked out Rift,
I'll check it out.
I think that you will like Rift a lot.
I'm obsessed with distortion and saturation. So I mean, I'll use it on everything. What do you? I'll flip that question back to you. What are you using in Contact? Like, are those Contact plugins, those synths, or?
No, so those are Arturia ones. Those ones are just straight Arturia. But in terms of Contact stuff, I mean, Devastator,
Yeah.
Watchkeeper, those are my two main ones that I'll like go to. But there's this plugin that I need to get. It's actually a Reactor plugin, and it's called like Razor or something.
Dude, that rings a bell.
I need to buy it. I haven't bought it.
That rings a bell. Why does that ring a bell? Who is that? That's not Heaviosity, is it?
No. It's like, I think it's a Native Instruments. I'm going to look it up.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Oh, yeah, that is Native Instruments Reactor
Is it
because it came
called?
with the complete bundle like years ago.
I think you're right.
Yeah, I remember that.
Razor. I think it's called Razor.
I don't know if I had it, but I feel like maybe I remember seeing it.
Well, here's the reason why I'm talking. Yeah, it's Razor. I'm going to buy it after freaking when I go home. I was watching the old Bring Me the Horizon, like they were doing it was Ollie and Jordan, and they had to make a song for a game that was coming out. I forget what the game is, but they did the whole thing in their hotel room because they were like on tour or something in Europe. And I saw the Razer plugin, And then I saw one of my students, I hate calling them students,
Yeah.
but he was like, that's the dubstep secret, bro. And I was like,
Razor.
no way. And so I just keep forgetting to buy it.
Yeah.
And so I have to get it, dude. Because it's kind of alt textures ish, which, if you think about it, I saw it in that video and Jordan
Yeah.
was using it. So chances are maybe some of those sounds that in alt textures were built with
Yeah.
Razor
Like
and these
integrated
different things.
somehow.
I don't
I
know. How do you think they make these sounds too? Like
I was actually questioning that myself. I mean, it's got to be.
Serum 2, it's got to be a mixture of things, right?
Yeah, I
Maybe some
mean,
analog gear.
you would think. I mean, I would say a lot, probably a lot more analog gear than most companies in that position.
I have no idea.
Yeah, me neither. But there is definitely one sound that I heard, and I don't think it's the Mick Gordon Duke Nukem one. I don't think it's that one. It's something similar, but it definitely does sound like a Devastator-esque style siren that like is right kind of like neck and neck with the sound. I'm not saying it's the same sample by any means, but it's definitely like the same vibe, which I thought was really cool because um, that particular Devastator sound isn't something that's necessarily playable unless you go down the rabbit hole of like actually playing that sound like on like a MIDI like controller. It's more so just like a drag and drop effect like sound or something. But the way that they did it in alt textures, obviously you can actually play it like melody wise, which I thought was really cool. So anything in that realm, I mean, the plugin the VST rather, it appeals to someone like me because and yourself too. So we're doing this modern metalcore thing where like everything's distorted and everything is just so overly fuzzy, and in alt textures you're getting that
Very
like,
OTT, if you
yeah.
will. Now, the thing I like about it is how simple it is to use. It looks crazy because of the UI, but if you really look, there's like 6 knobs, and then you go to the tabs, and they're right there.
Yeah.
And I always tell people, don't be afraid of moving all of the knobs
Oh,
because you
yeah.
can just reset the preset.
Yeah.
Because
Oh,
chances are you're gonna make your own sound.
yeah, and it's gonna fit. You're gonna stumble across something that you're gonna be like, "Oh, okay." Especially if you're in the early stages of writing the song, because then you could start getting ideas on, like, how to build around it.
Yep. Yep.
Yeah.
Another thing that I tend to do too is whenever I have something new and I just want some sort of cool sequence in there, I'll grab Pigments.
Mhm.
And with Pigments, they made it possible so you can use their sequencer, Pigment sequencer, on other synths.
Yeah.
And so you can do, like, for example,
That's
in
cool.
Ableton, you do like a MIDI from on like alt textures. You click MIDI from Pigments and it'll take that sequence from Pigments. And then you can hit
That's so sick.
record and it'll record that arpeggio. So it'll record the MIDI out.
I
So
love
now
that.
you have, dude, if you
That's
haven't
so
done
cool.
it, like,
I mean, dude, we're so spoiled with,
so
like
spoiled.
so for, anybody to open up a plugin, like I keep calling it a plugin, a VST, sorry. A VST
I
like
call them plugins still, bro.
Yeah. So if for anybody to open up alt textures and to think like, "Oh, I'm intimidated because I don't know how to make my own sounds, or I don't wanna use, presets that thousands of other people are probably using," and that's totally valid, right? And I will say that mentality could definitely be because we're spoiled because, dude, you could open up, like, Arcade, or you can open up Splice, and, I mean, I'm sure a lot of people have seen me take Splice samples, throw them into Serum, and then create melodies out of that. Um, and but this is there's the way that alt textures is, it's kind of old school in the way that it makes you work for it, which I like, because, yeah, the presets are there, and this is much like, anything like Nexus or something like that. The presets are always gonna be there for you to use, but I feel like you really find your sound and you really find, like, more about who you are as a musician when you're capable of making your own sounds, you know what I mean?
I wonder if that's that rompler aspect though, because they are sample based synth. Like this is sample based synth. And I think that it's blending two things. Like that's what those two things are.
Mhm.
Like, and there's that center knob where you can like blend one sound or the other.
Yeah.
There's other options in there too. And so like you can change the sounds within there.
Yeah.
Now, what he's saying is like you'd be cool to add your own sounds, and so that would, State Machine,
Yeah.
do it. But you can change each sound. So if you find a preset and you're like, oh, I just don't like this one sound,
Yeah.
we'll go in there and change the sound
Mhm.
because you can. It's sick. That's
And
I
I
was doing
recommend
that.
that. I mean, I mean, you and I have talked about this a little bit, but like, dude, remember like making presets with like Massive? Like that was me like years ago. Like
For
I
me, it's
was,
vital, bro. I just
yeah,
recently started and I did I did a preset pack because I want to learn how to get better at doing synths. I use Vital and it's free,
yeah,
but it's fun.
yeah. I mean, making your own stuff is it's awesome. It's fun. But again, like I said, I mean, we're spoiled because we have things like these serum packs that you're talking about. It's where you just, $29, $39, whatever, and you toss in some
You want us to talk about your serum preset pack? You could sponsor the stream.
hey, 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 hey. But you could do that. And I think that people are, including myself, are becoming really comfortable with that. And
It's too easy
it's
sometimes.
really easy. It's
Yeah.
really easy.
Well, especially for me because I do speed runs.
Mhm.
I'm just like, oh, good enough.
Yep.
And then I go on a reel and someone's like, oh, that's my favorite synth too, and I'm like,
But dude, speaking of that, like I was thinking the other day about how like, oh man, I really want to know what you think about this and like where your head is with something like this. But for me, whenever I'm on stream sometimes and like, a lot of people say that, and including myself, I do a lot of ones and zeros, do a lot of breakdowns.
me too.
And I think it's because it takes a lot of time to track guitars really properly, like the way that I want them to be tracked. If I'm doing some crazy like era style riff or a periphery style riff, which I love those bands, but let's face it, those riffs are very much hard to play. And with it being hard to play, it's obviously going to be hard to record. So with what I'm getting at, it's like sometimes I feel like my content, which is crazy because that's what's carrying my brand, my content is somewhat half-assed because I'm going through the reels so fast because I know it's just like kind of like a breakdown where it's like, okay, I'm answering questions on stream. Suddenly it's, I'm 2.5, 3 hours in and I don't really want to, and you might be tired, right? Recorded
Well,
that day,
bro,
went
the
to the
way you
gym.
record, I talk about all the time. I'm like, dude, the way Dusty records is so tedious. But
Mhm.
if you have the time, you can see why it sounds sick.
Yeah.
But I know what you're saying. When you're saying you're at the end of stream, and you're like, man, I want to do this sick riff.
Yep.
Don't want to track it though.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't want to spend 2 hours like getting just a reel, on guitar, not even talking about the production or anything like that. So, um, yeah, I mean, is that do you ever find yourself like where your reels are not coming out like as good as they can be because you were like, okay, well, I just needed to get through it because I have like a one-on-one in like 30
Bro,
minutes or something, right?
bro.
So then that reel is almost, I'm not saying it's compromised by any means, but it's not your best work.
How much time do we have? So yes, yes, yes to everything you said. But I think that this can go into this kind of little esoteric conversation about what you deem great
Mhm.
and what your average person deems great. And so we can also think about this as like the bar, right? We always talk about, oh, you've raised the bar, right?
Yeah.
So your bar, you're 100% bar. Like
Yeah.
I gave it 100% is here, right?
Right.
Am I in cam? It's here. That's your 100%, right? Your average person who's probably less experienced or whatever, their 100% bar is here.
Mhm.
If you give it 80, you're still here.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so that's what helps me to kind of like put out content. Is like I gave it 80 because of timing or whatever, right?
Yeah.
I gave it 80%. Now, for us, because content is so what's the word that I used to use? I forget what it is, but it's basically in one ear, out the other.
Mhm.
Because it's you put your reel out, okay, what's next? You put your song out, okay, what's next? You put
Mhm.
your album out, okay, what's next? And so rather than spending a ton of time on it, getting 100%, and then you drop it and it gets 1,000 views, and then you put something out that you gave your 80 or 70%, you're just like, I put something out and it gets 20,000 views, bro. That's why for me, I'm just like, good enough.
Yeah. Yeah.
Post it.
Yeah. I mean, it's
Well, here's, I guess, what I was trying to get at, and sorry to cut you off,
no,
but
no, totally.
it's regardless of if you don't think it's the best,
Yeah.
it's still probably better than like a ton more people, because again, you're where your bar is
Yeah.
and where their bar is.
Yeah.
Right. I had to do that with my band for like one of our previous albums. I was like, let's give it 80%, bro.
Yeah.
And it kind of like, well, it doesn't have to be perfect,
Right, right.
But again, it's still going to be sick because our
Yeah.
bar's so freaking high.
Yeah.
And so that's what helps me put out content.
Yeah, and look, there's got to be a weak link in that chain somewhere. Like
Yeah, yeah.
somewhere is going to have to compromise, right? And it's quality, or I've had reels to where like I've rushed the lighting. I posted a reel, like my second to last reel that I posted, I accidentally rendered it in 24 frames per second, and most of my stuff is in 30, and I could see the quality difference after I posted it, and I didn't even know until like 2 days later, and I was like, oh damn, I totally did that.
But you already posted another reel already.
Yeah. So
you know what I mean?
Yeah. But somewhere is going to suffer, and I feel like with that, I would rather have it be my guitar riffage most likely, because I know that I can make up for it in the production aspect, or I know that I can make up for it, like whether if it'd be like the mix, the drums or the effects or something, or just maybe shooting it really good and just trying to be dramatic or something.
Yeah.
So somewhere in that reel is going to have to compromise, right? I mean, do you feel the same way?
Yeah, but I was just thinking as you were talking, like, what about for the ads you have to make?
Different story.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like, that's
story.
when you're like,
that's when it's on the line.
I'm not even going to lie to you. And I guess I'm exposing myself. I have the same mentality because I know if I like try too hard, then it's like not going to be me. You know what I mean? Because I have this thought in my mind, oh, it has to be perfect.
Yeah.
It's like, no, wait, hold on. They obviously hired me because they like what I'm already doing.
They like what you're doing.
So why don't I just do that? And I'm like, okay, let me just do that.
Relax. Yeah.
Yeah. And so I try not to, but all that aside, like, the lighting has to be good, and you have to make sure you get all the talking points or whatever. And I hardly ever script ever. I just have to like do multiple takes, because if I script, it sounds so fake. And a lot of I want to be the same dude that on this podcast, on the stream, in person. Like, and I feel like if I script, dude, I can't. I'm just like, hi, this is this plugin.
Yeah. I've never been about that either. And I think even the, people that meet us at like NAMM, people that are on our streams, like whatever, I mean, you could see, dude, that we're not out here. Like and there's no way that I don't even think that could work. In fact, I shot a reel on my stream one time. I streamed for like 6 hours a couple months back, and I ended up shooting a reel, editing it on the stream. And
I remember that.
Yeah, it was craziness. But anyway, yeah, I mean, it's a lot of work goes into that stuff, as you know. And I think any chance that we do get to be authentic and transparent, it's just like we want to hop on it. So it's like, screw scripting anything out. Like, if it comes out bad, then by all means, trial and error, you learn from it. That's kind of how I'm about it, I mean, even my Jordan Fish video, like I had to catch a flight. I didn't even sleep that whole, I didn't sleep for 24 hours when I did that. I had to catch a flight at 7 a.m. My Uber was here to pick me up at 4 a.m. and I got the reel shot, not even edited, but just shot at like 3:58. I wrapped up, and at 4:10 my Uber was here due to take me to the airport. So a.m. So I was like exhausted, but I even remember when I was editing the reel like a week later, I was like, oh my God, I could just see how tired I was and like but I think with that, a lot of that organic transparency, I want that in my stuff, because I don't want to, you know what I mean? I don't want to be fake.
Yes, bro. That's exactly, like, my whole brand is I really specifically was like, I want to be me, bro. Like, I'm not trying to be anyone else, and I'm trying to just stay me. Again, the guy that you know in person, the guy that you know.
Yeah.
I want to be that same guy all the freaking time.
Yeah.
And I realized that over time, I kind of lost sight of that. It's
Yeah.
weird. Like, I got too caught up, which, I mean, I was still like authentically me, but there was some aspects that I realized that I was missing.
Mm-hmm.
And it wasn't until I did like some self-reflection that I was like, oh, okay,
Yeah.
I get it. I need to not do that. Because I was talking to my friend about this. Shout out Sharon Tyler, where I was talking about the mask that we wear, but the mask will change depending on the people or person
Yeah.
or place that you're in.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, that could be a whole podcast in itself, but we were just talking about the mask
Yeah.
that you
Yeah.
wear, like subconsciously,
Yeah.
because you're around people maybe you don't know or blah, blah, blah. I'm trying to remove that.
Dude, same. It's interesting that I feel like we're kind of going through that at the same time. For me, it's like it's very similar to what you're saying. I think there's a lot of pressure that comes with like, I see like my Discord like going off, or I see like, new people joining and like, them talking to other people in the community, and I'm like, I'm like in the middle of something, or I'm driving, or I'm like playing with my son, and I'm like, oh man, I need to respond to that. I need to introduce myself, whatever. And then, there's so many things that are going off, and like, I mean, for me, it's the pressure of making sure that I'm doing the best that I can. You know what I mean? Even with my member section on YouTube, like I was so busy recording for like days that I couldn't. It took me like 5 days, and I didn't even put out a piece of content. Obviously, my streams go live to members only, and they're not available to the public. But like 5 days went by, and I didn't even post anything in my member section until like yesterday. And I felt that pressure, and I was like, man, like I need to deliver to these people. Like these are dudes that are wanting to learn, right? I feel like, are you going through that too sometimes, where it's like
I'm going through that now.
it's a weight?
Now. I'm
Yeah.
going through that now. But I think they also realize that, like, sometimes we get busy because we have other obligations, like the content stuff and
Mhm.
like all the different releases. Like, bro, there was a point where I had like 3 or 4 different like sponsored reels that I had to get done. And I was just like, oh my gosh, this is
Yeah.
so much, but again, like, cause I've had Patreon members tell me like, it's cool. Like, we know that you have stuff to do,
Yeah.
like a lot of people are like, bro, I don't even use Ableton, and I just want to support you.
Support.
And
Yeah.
it's
Yeah.
like, dang, that's sick,
Yeah.
and so it like makes you want to do more for them and blah, blah, blah,
But
like
even
I have
getting a
more
message like
plans.
that, like
Yeah.
that makes you want to. They're like, damn, I got to get back to you right now because that's so cool.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Sometimes they'll catch me in like the right time where like I'm like checking my phone and then I'll see it. I'm like, oh yeah,
Yep.
saw it.
Yeah.
Other
Yeah.
times I'm like my phone's over here and I'm like
Yeah.
doing something on the studio and then I look back and it's like been 4 hours and I'm like,
Yeah.
crap, Patreon. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? And so sometimes it's really hard to keep up because there's so many, as you know, so many moving parts when you build
Yeah.
a brand that it's like, man, I feel bad that I can't respond to everyone. But we can segue
Yeah.
into questions.
Dude, I'm so down. I'm so down. I got
because
some. I
It's
got
an
some.
hour 9 right now.
Let's go. I got some questions. Hang on. I got my phone. Ooh. Speaking of Discord, here we go. And shout out to everybody who posted the questions in the Discord. Let's see. And these are for both of us. We'll just answer them together. Let's see.
I also, speaking of that, so Dusty, he already had like a section where he did questions, like where you can submit questions. We're going to add that to my Discord. So if you're a part of my community, you can submit questions there and I can go through them. And so we'll both answer them, like he said too.
Yeah. I mean, I even market it as such to everybody. I was like, hey, these are for Chris and I. So just
Yeah.
ask
And if
anything.
you're in Dusty's community already, like just post on his too, like, cause we're going to see both of them.
Here we go. Here's a bunch of questions in one paragraph. Let's just rapid fire. What's your favorite production trend right now? Go.
My favorite production trend right now. Something that I just feel like I can't get right, bro, is like the real fuzzy guitars. I can't get it right, and I might need your help because I feel like I try to do it, but it's just like it's not there, you know. And
Mhm.
thankfully we have thaw amps, so it makes it easier. But I know, because like you go to some of these productions, you're just like, bro, these guitars, they sound insane, you
Mhm.
know. Like even like your production, I'm just like, how? I don't know.
I'd have to agree. I love that.
I don't know if it's new or not, but
Yeah.
like to me, it's new,
Yeah.
and it's like, man, because it makes sometimes it'll make the chorus just sound huge,
Yeah.
single note too,
Yeah.
so good.
I love that. I saw other day on really quick, and I'll make this super fast, but I saw Josh Middleton talking on a podcast the other day about uh actually about this and how he misses like the actual riffage of guitar. And I can actually I vibe with that too. I'm like 50-50. Just because I do it all the time doesn't mean I don't appreciate like, real guitars. And but that made me think. I was like, yeah, I do miss that, because I am really very much like overproduced and like with that sound. Um but yeah, he's an awesome dude. I saw that and I was like, man, that I vibe with that.
Shout out.
Yeah, shout out. But for me, that would probably be a big one for me too. I really like the fuzziness. I feel like distortion and saturation is finally getting like the mix knob is going up. It's going more wet these days. You know what I mean? And I'm happy with it.
Bro, again, we can go back to that Burials album, man.
Ooh.
Dude, it's so freaking good.
Mm-hmm.
It's so good. Like I'll be just jamming other mixes, blah blah blah, and then just for fun, I'll go to Burials, and I'm just like, bro,
So good. So good.
it's so good. We're gonna get Josh on
We
here.
are. Yeah, we are. He's down to do it. I'm gonna hit him up again this week. We're gonna touch base.
Hopefully this month.
Hopefully this month. Here we go. Here's another one. Who is your top 3 biggest influences?
My top 3. Now, is this just in general, or are we
It
talking
it
producers?
doesn't I would assume producers because that's, kind of what the vibe is here, but let's keep it producers. He
Producers.
didn't say it, but I'm assuming it's producers.
Okay, so this is gonna be like old school, maybe in a way. The dude who produced Linkin Park, like old school Linkin Park. Gosh, what's his name?
We're gonna sound so bad for this, not knowing his name. Was it?
I need to look it up. I'm gonna look it up really fast,
I
dude.
want to say it was it. It wasn't Andy.
Not Andy Wallace.
Oh, okay.
He mixed it.
Who
But he helped with Meteora and Hybrid Theory.
who did? Oh, I was thinking of Hybrid Theory.
Don Gilmore.
Don Gilmore. Okay.
Don Gilmore. He's just, I don't know. I don't know if he was a huge contributing factor to like the Linkin Park sound, but I've always just appreciated him, and like that, just watching the behind the scenes videos, blah blah blah. Again, that's an old one. Another one is definitely Jordan Fish, right?
Mm-hmm.
He's definitely up there for me as well, just because I didn't realize how much his hand was in just like a lot of the cool things that I'm hearing these days. Um, Bro, you know what? It has to be my good friend Josh Lagaya.
Okay.
And he, if he hears this, he's going to be like, what do you mean? But he produced all of Auras. And I mean, that's my DNA. Auras is in my DNA. And
Yeah.
it's Josh Lagaya, bro. Like a lot of like the Badan core is because of Josh.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, those are my 3.
Those are good ones. I would say, well, since we're on the topic, and I've actually worked with him multiple times, I will say Josh Schroeder. He's one of my biggest influences. Second biggest influence, definitely Mick Gordon. I feel like that one's pretty obvious with what I do, but I think he's fantastic. Third would probably be probably Ross Robinson.
For sure,
Yeah,
bro. I wish I could pick 4.
yeah,
'Cause he
especially
would be in there.
the early like new metal stuff that he was doing. Um,
Well, I like
yeah,
his approach to like again, we talked about on the previous podcast, like the mental side
yeah.
of creating a song and stuff. Kind of like what's the freaking dude with always wears the white shirt. He's a big producer.
Always wears the white shirt.
He always wears a white shirt.
Mhm.
He's always in shorts. He did Red Hot Chili Peppers. He did freaking. I think he helped with Minutes to Midnight, bro.
I don't
We're
know.
gonna get roasted.
Oh,
In
we're gonna get
chat.
roasted, especially the metal
We're
producer
gonna get
podcast.
it's well,
We're gonna
gosh.
edit this out. No worries.
I mean, Rick Rubin, bro.
Rick Rubin. Yeah, okay. Oh, yeah. Okay, Rick Rubin. Yeah.
Very like in your mind, you know.
I'll blame that on getting 5 hours of sleep last night.
I don't have anything to blame. Anyways, next question.
If you had only one piece of advice, what would you give to someone trying to become a full-time producer? That's a great one.
So I actually am helping a friend as we speak, getting to like get back into production. And I have to shout out Sean Tyler, because if it wasn't for him and being so new to music production and us hanging out as much as we did back in the day, I probably wouldn't be here, because I was showing him how to do things.
Mm-hmm.
And I didn't realize that, one, there was people out here that didn't know that stuff.
Yeah.
And two, how good at explaining things he said I was. And so, anyways, he's getting back into it. And the biggest thing that I always tell people, and it's so simple, bro, is just don't stop.
Mm-hmm.
Don't ever stop, and keep consistently writing. Even if you have an hour, if you have 20 minutes, if you have 3 hours, don't stop writing. Just keep going. Because if you are in that mindset, you're going to kind of live in that kind of mindset. And so wherever you do, whatever you listen to, you're kind of going to hear what these other people are doing, and you're going to try to incorporate it in what you do. But if you stop and you're not in that world,
Yeah.
like in your mind and whatever, well, okay, what's on TV?
Yep.
I got to go to work tomorrow. It's not like, oh man, that part in that song was so sick. I want to try to do that in my song.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I think that's why I got as far as I did, because I never left that world. Like all my friends did. They all got jobs. They all had kids. They all got married, blah, blah, blah. And I was just like, bro, that part on that song was so sick.
Yeah.
I want that in my song, you know?
Yeah,
and
yeah.
so it's like, and you're probably the same way. Like,
Yeah.
you were like that, and you just saw kind of people falling off, and you still just kind of stayed in that world.
Mm-hmm.
Don't stop. That's my biggest one.
Yeah. I mean, that's a damn good one, actually. I don't know if I could top that.
Very high level.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Very high level.
I mean, I'd say it's hard to just give one piece of advice.
It is.
I mean, I'll treat this as if I could talk to myself, 12 years ago. I would say I'm going to give 3 or maybe 2. First one being, find every loophole you could possibly find.
Cool.
You know what I mean?
I know exactly what you mean, bro.
There's so many, like, I think when I first got into this, I wanted to do everything by the book and do everything right. And I had so many friends that were going to school that luckily told me not to. As
too.
if I would have even had the money anyway. I
Yeah.
couldn't have done that. But
I didn't graduate.
yeah, YouTube Academy right here. Straight up, dude. So yeah, find every loophole possible. Cut as many corners as possible without obviously compromising like your skill set. But there's ways to get good very quickly. You know what I mean? Like courses, obviously guys like us, digging into people, that do this for a living and just following them, right? There's so many ways.
Dude, that's why I started my channel.
Yeah,
It's literally why I started doing this, because I want people to realize that they can do it too.
exactly. Same. And I wanted to show this stuff because a lot of this information, as you know, was not here when we first started. So
But in this specific way though, right? Ours is kind of very pointed. It's not just like high level, like here's this mixing technique, which is cool. And I love them, but it's like, here's me doing the thing.
yeah,
Here's me actually doing the thing. Because I don't know about for you, but like I love watching these long videos of these dudes just like nail the mix, right?
yeah,
When you actually have someone who like mixes from nothing. So fun to watch. you
yeah.
know? And so I wanted to make the content that I watch.
Yeah.
It's literally it.
I struggle with like attention span. So some of those things like I have to like listen to like as opposed to watch. Like I'll listen to it while I'm driving, or I'll listen to it that way I can't get away from it. But if I'm at the gym, I don't listen to music. I just listen to stuff like that.
Really?
Oh, always. I never. I'm actually. I need to listen to music. It's one of my things. Like I need to. It's on my bucket list. I need to listen to more new music.
That's crazy that that's on his bucket list.
It really is, because I'm literally obsessed with learning, and I just want to continue to learn, and not even in just this field, and other things too.
Right,
but
health and
health. Another big one, probably, and I'll just leave it at these two. But if I could go back and tell myself years ago, I would say definitely use my ears and not my eyes, because I'm really guilty of using.
I'm still guilty of it.
Yeah.
You know what I tell people? You got eyes, use them.
Yeah. No, for sure. For me, like
Jordan Valeri would hate me saying that, but bro, Pro Q, their analyzer is goated.
I think that's just the big one for me. It's like I've always
I think in the beginning,
to my
yes.
ears.
Yes. Definitely do that.
Even still to this day, like I try, like I don't know if I have people on my stream that ask me like why I'm always doing this. And it's again, Josh Schroeder. I learned that from him, and I was like, what? I was behind him, like, what are you doing, bro? And he's like, dude, I don't want to look at that. And
I'll close my eyes and I'll look up.
Yeah.
I literally do that.
I just adapted that, and I do it too, where I'm like, if I'm listening back, I don't want to look at the screen, because if I look at the screen, I'm going to find something wrong.
Well, if I do a full context with like my band, I will like turn off the screen.
Yeah. Dude, that's a great idea.
You know what I mean? Because I don't even I want to hear it. I definitely, in that case, I see you.
Yeah.
But for me with frequencies, I'm like, I want to see what's going on.
Oh, dude, if I look at it, I'll find something. Like, and I'll, dude, and that's another thing. It's like another piece of advice: learn when to like just pull the plug, because you could overanalyze for weeks.
Well, I tell people that all the time too, like on one-on-ones, right? Like they're like, my mix, and I'm like, hold on, let's turn off. Oh, this is way better without this.
Yeah.
And they're like, yeah, I probably overcooked it, and it's like that's
you just turn off the whole signal chain. It's way better without this.
I'm not calling out names, but I've done that. You know who you are. I've done that. But here's the thing. I went through that too.
Oh, for sure.
I totally went through that. And I think that it's important to go through that. Push it too far. Listen to it in your mix. Realize how bad it is. Take everything off. Turn it down into the mix.
Yep.
And you're good.
It's true. It's true.
That goes back to the spoiled thing.
And that's also, that too, but that's also part, in some weird way, of paying your dues.
It is, dude. It is.
Here's another good one. If you had to write in a different genre other than rock and metal, what would it be? You first.
I already know, bro. I would do dark pop. And
I saw that coming.
Darcy. I really love Darcy. He does like a dark pop hard wave style, but I would do that. Or I would do house music.
I like it.
I love house music, and I love like techno music, but like singer, I'd do dark pop, because again, shout out like Michael Barr, bro. His solo album, I mean, his solo songs, his solo music is really cool, and it's kind of what got me into like the dark pop thing. And what I realized is like I listen to a lot more dark pop than I thought. And for me, like, bro, if younger Chris heard me saying that I like pop music, he'd be like, poser, bro. But you go off and you go into these other worlds and hang out there for a little bit, and then you come back.
You bring that information back.
This is why this bucket list you need to do it, because I think that you go into these other worlds for a little while. You bring that with you, and you show all your friends. All your metal friends, like, dude, this dark pop thing or this whatever. That's why I go and listen to, like, recently I haven't even really been listening to metal. I've been listening to, I went back in time. I started listening to Bjork again, dude.
Ooh.
Yeah. See?
Yeah.
You're going to bring it with you, though. Like, when you start writing, be like, oh, yep.
Yeah.
Or it's going to naturally, your music is naturally going to sound different, and you're going to wonder why. But it's because I think you went and hung out in, like, country, red dirt country for a little while.
Yeah.
Just for example, you know what I mean? Like, or you go to, like, EDM, and all of a sudden you're like, oh, why does my chord progression sound this way now?
Yeah.
Because you got influenced subconsciously.
Yeah, I mean, dude, I'm right there with you. And listen, I hear that in your stuff already, like, as far as, like, and I think you do a really good job at, like, knowing what your brand is there. Because, like, I remember watching one of your reels, like, a long, long time ago, where you had like the anime, or you might have even had like a car, or maybe it's my running thing in my head that you make me think of like like Need for Speed in Tokyo, like at like midnight. You know what I'm saying?
I'll take that, bro.
Because some of your like riffs, like I'm just like, dude, I just want to roll down the windows and just like vibe the night air and listen to this, because you can pull that certain string.
Bro, you're
Um,
fluffing me up so much right now, and I love it because that's what I want.
yeah.
That's what I'm trying to do. Like that's my whole vibe. Like
Well,
the
you're very
cyberpunk, like at midnight. Like
well,
yes,
dude, you're
dude.
very good at like acknowledging what that sound is and bringing the visuals to life there. That's a skill set that we're not even going to get into right now. That's incredibly hard to identify, but you got it.
I think it'd be a cool podcast
It would be. I think people would enjoy that too,
because
because
you have a
that's
theme too.
what's my theme?
Gothic.
Damn. Okay, I
It's
like
like
that.
and for me, it's like a gothic new metal type of vibe. And every time I hear your stuff, I'm like, because it grooves in that way. All your stuff
Cool.
does, and I'm like,
That's good to know. Because
alternative.
I would
you will.
love to get more. I've experimented with like doing like clean, like Lothian style goth riffs before, and I want to get more into
The
that.
one you recently did, bro.
Hmm.
Very good.
Well, thank you. I want to do more of that. And that probably is my answer to that question. If I had to write in another genre, what would it be? It'd probably be like goth, like synthwave. Like that would be the first one. And then if we're talking about like financially, I would just full blown sell out and do country.
Touche.
Because I feel like I could, I mean, I know that I could do that stuff. Now, as far as like playing like fiddles and all that stuff, no. But
You know who's doing that and is they're killing the game is Lakeview.
oh, of course. Yeah, I mean, and that would be a much more of a hybrid that I could
I'd be curious.
get into. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Don't ask me about country because I
Shoot,
don't know.
dude, that's actually an incredible idea for my next How to Sound Like. How to Sound Like Lakeview.
Do it, dude.
Sign me up. Let's do it.
I mean, chances are maybe they will watch this because I know Luke,
Yeah, they follow us.
Luke follows me and super nice guy.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Always just talking me up, and I'm like, man, you're sicker than I am, you know?
Yeah.
But is that all the questions?
There is a couple more. I'll probably just choose one last one.
Let's do one more. Save it for the next pod.
Yeah, we'll do one more. And I'm gonna say this one because it's relevant to the pod. What is the best way to get ideas for the Jordan Fish plugin alt textures inside a song? You go first.
Well, it depends where I am at in my songwriting. Like if it's blank session, bro, it's for me it's as easy as finding something that sounds cool. I'll just be flipping through presets. If it sounds cool, I try not to overthink it and I live with it for a little bit. Then I'll spend only a certain amount of time and then I'll add another instance and see what can combine with it.
Mm-hmm.
That's literally, if it's in the middle of the song, it depends on the part, as you know what I mean? It depends on what section you're at because I do a lot of times if I'm doing it that way, it's always in context.
Yeah.
I'll switch through presets in context. Is it hurting or helping right now?
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, oh, that's pretty cool in there. And then what's funny is you solo it and it's like, oh, this didn't sound like it would fit there.
But it does.
It does in context, dude. Anyways, that's my.
No, that's a good one. I would say for me, I really like going through the presets. If I'm like, if I'm starting out a song, just listen to what one of the presets are doing, and then write a main riff or a chorus melody on guitar around
that first sound.
Yeah, that first sound.
Cool. I gotta try that
because that's gonna give.
Sometimes I do that, but I don't feel like I do it enough. That's cool.
So with that plugin in particular, and I didn't even say this on this episode, I did release a video on my member section actually talking about this particular thing where I'm using that plugin to actually finish my riffs. That VST, sorry. So I'm writing a riff and parts where I would put like if the riff's like dun 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 dun, I'm taking out the can and I'm putting one of those presets like style in there, like dun 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 dun.
I think I remember stopping into your stream and you doing it.
Yeah, so I'm writing the riff usually with the synth. So I'm treating the synth as a part of my guitar. So that's what I do with it sometimes. But also, like we said millions of times, the presets are so damn good that you could literally just write around one of those presets, then do what you said earlier and start altering and combining the sounds to create your own. That way it's not going to be something that potentially somebody else use and you'll hear it in a song 6 months from now.
I think that we can end it here, but I think that the next podcast we should try and talk about, because I don't know if you feel the same way about this, but like mixing in context as opposed to mixing individual like little instruments. I think that would be good because I want to know your take on that, but let's save it for the next episode.
We'll save it.
This was a good episode. Thank you for joining us, and we'll see you next time.
We'll see you guys next time. Like, subscribe, do all the stuff.
Appreciate you.
Thanks for hanging out.
Peace.